Hey everybody, what's going on? Claudio here. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to invite you in to check out my space here that I'm using for our studio, temporary studio, until our new place is done. I wanted to share with you what it looks like. It's a bit of a mess, so you know what? That's kind of what it is, the mess behind the creativity. So I want to share with you a little bit of the desk area and kind of show you kind of what I have set up and some of the lighting, and then we'll head on over to the new location. It's still being built. They added some drywall, they did the texture. I want to walk you through the studio and show you kind of where I'm thinking of putting things, desk, lights, and stuff. So let's go ahead and do a little behind the scenes here first. Okay, so normally I don't like holding stuff like this handheld because it's not as stable, but this is the only way I can do this for right now. My other camera is kind of set up, and speaking of the camera, let's go ahead and flip this around. So kind of showing you the desk area right here. And again, I know it's a complete mess. I've just got stuff everywhere, but this right here is a new setup I added for my live streaming and possibly my recording. It's a Rode Podcaster Pro. Great tool. Still kind of learning using it, but I'm really excited about it. I didn't show you right here. This is the Blackmagic Design Atom Mini Pro. I use this again to also live stream. I'll go ahead and turn on the screen there. Let's see if it comes on. There we go. And actually that right there is set up for my second camera right there that you see. That's the one I usually use for recording my YouTube videos, and I use for live streaming. Something else I wanted to show you was this backdrop right here. This is actually pretty neat. I got these on Amazon. This is actually like a peel and stick type of material. So I'll be able to peel this off when we move out of here, and I can reattach it so it's like removable and you can place it back in. The only problem is because of the texture here on the walls, it tends to peel off just on its own. It doesn't stay because it's not a flat surface. So you really need a flat surface. So I kind of cheated, and you won't be able to see this, but I used my stapler and stapled on some of the edges that were kind of popping or peeling out. But this is about, I don't even know how thin, less than a 16, maybe a 32nd, very thin. And the crazy thing, it looks just like real wood. And what I'll do here, let me put these on right here at the bottom. I have these LED video lights. So I'll turn these on. I'll do something like that right there. I'm kind of checking the camera there. And here I have another one that's kind of got a blue tone to it. So when I'm standing right here in front, or when I sit at the table, I put those on, and it looks kind of really cool in the background. I can swap out the colors and have different kind of a mood. So I'm liking this kind of purplish, you know, primary color. Blue and red together make purple. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was this light right here. This is made by Sakani. I have two of them actually. These are great. They sync up. So whenever I adjust the intensity or the kind of the color temperature, both lights will adjust at the same time, which is great. So I don't have to kind of go to each one. I adjust one of them and the other one adjusts on its own. Now I had a bad accident the other day, not injury wise, but gear wise. I had a overhead light right here, a Shadowbox that I was using for some headshots that I was making of myself. And I left the room for a little bit. The AC came on and knocked it down. And this thing just fell down as well with the other light. No lights broke as far as the LED. The only thing that broke off of this was the barn door. See how I only have 3 there? So the top one broke off, and this one right here is kind of loose. So I have to find a way to, I don't know, maybe 3D print these little arms and fix this. But the great thing is that the light still works. So the next thing I want to share with you is this right here. I don't want to stand in front of the camera, so I'm doing a little behind the camera here. This right here is by Newer, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Shadowbox. I just recently picked it up. I had an older one, I still have it, but it was actually flatter and the light just was too spread out. This allows the light to really directly hit me because of the long shape of that dome. That up there is a Godox SL60W, 60 watt. And so one of the reasons I picked this up too, I'm gonna show you right here, they have this little kind of grid right here, which does a nice job of diffusing the light. It kind of gives a really cool look on videos when I'm shooting. And I could always, there's a little Velcro right here. I'm gonna show you, I can take this off easily and then put it back on. So check those out. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in picking something up like that. And this right here is a Shure SM7B. This is like a podcaster microphone, but I use it for live streaming. If you are live streaming, doing podcasts, this is probably the best you can get, in my opinion. I had an Audio Technica, which I loved, which is great. I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to pick one of these up, and I could not pass it up. And so this is what I'm using now for my live streaming and eventually my podcast, which I'll be starting up pretty soon, and also for my courses. Okay, so now I'm kind of gonna duck down here and show you the mess of wires here. It's a little bit dark down there, but let me move this out of the way. This is my, that's my Beast Grip. I use that for a lot of the content that I'll share on Instagram. I'll put my iPhone here. I have this LED monitor so that I can swap it around. So I'm always shooting with the front camera, so I have the better quality, and I'll do landscape or I'll do portrait. So that's kind of like my rig that I have set up. And then what I want to show you is this right here. This is kind of like a power setup. When I was plugging in just to a regular outlet from the wall, you see there's a huge mess back there. Eventually this is all going to be cleaned up when I move to the new place, but for now I'm just leaving it. You get to see the whole mess. Anyways, this is a power converter, a power conditioner as well. So I have that conditioner down there, this power converter. So one of the things I was noticing when I was plugging into a regular outlet with a power strip is you get a lot of humming in your video, a lot of kind of maybe hissing. And this right here removes all that. So if you are getting anything like that in your videos, in your audio, and trying to figure out why is that happening, well, a lot of times it's because of the power from those power strips. This, again, power conditioner absolutely fixed that issue. All right, so I think we kind of wrapped up in here. So let's go ahead and head out to the studio and show you how it looks like. Let's go. All right, so we are inside the new house here, and this right here is going to be our living room, but up these stairs is the office studio. So let's go ahead, head out that way. Okay, everyone, so this is the new studio. As you can see, the drywall has been added. They have the stucco in here. Huge doors. So these doors right here, you actually can't see them. Let's go ahead and turn the camera here. So these doors right here, two huge double doors are going to go into the closet, or I should say going to be the closet door. So let's go ahead and take a look at the closet. So those doors that you just saw are going to go here. This is the closet. Now, one of the things that I love about the builder is they really allow you to customize a lot of the rooms and what you want functionality wise. And so when we did our walkthrough before they start putting all the drywall, I asked that they not put any shelving in here. They did all of our closets. Like my daughter's got like a 3-level hanging, and it kind of slopes down. But here, I didn't want any shelving because I actually want to build my own. I kind of have some ideas running in my head, but I got a lot of stands, a lot of gear. So what I want to do is possibly build some cubbies to put some, you know, I don't know, additional cameras, lenses. I'm not sure, still kind of debating, but I have a lot of gear, and so having cubbies in here would be great, and maybe some slots or some cubbies where I can put light stands and things like that. But one of the other ideas that I want to do is this right here. So let's go ahead and show you. I think it's a little easier for me to show you this way, but as I was talking about the closet space here, as you can see, there's a plug there. So one of the things that is great about building a house, you can actually do a lot of this stuff ahead of time. Now, I wish I would have told them to drop that lower, so have, you know, a plug lower. But hindsight, I think I'm gonna be okay. But one of the things that I will probably end up doing right here in this space is putting a NAS drive. So the place is all networked. I planned it out ahead of time. Actually, let me kind of show you here. So I have, let's see. So we got power plug. So there's like 1 or 2 on each wall. But right here, this 1, 2, those are my network drops. And that one over there has 1, and I actually have 2 drops here. I have 2, so I'll have 2 data drops and 1 over there, so 3. So what I may end up doing, because I wish I would have thought of this ahead of time, is I'm going to probably pull one of the cables. And one of the nice things about the house here, it's gonna be a little bit dark here. This is kind of the attic space, but I'll have access to this wall right here. So what I think I may do is, as I mentioned, pull one of those cables, run it through the room here, drop it in there. And my father-in-law is an electrician, so what I'm going to ask him to do is actually put another outlet, maybe, I don't know, 2 of them there. So that way what I want to do is put the network drive there and maybe box it in, put some fans, some way to keep it cool. So I want the whole place to be networked, as far as like when I work anywhere in the house and I connect, I'll be able to, again, access my files and actually store everything and have redundancy. So one of the last things to share with you here on the ceiling right here, initially it's supposed to be a ceiling fan, and kind of thinking ahead, we have the option to swap out things. So what I asked, instead of putting the ceiling fan there, is just to put 2 outlets there. So I don't want a ceiling fan here because it's gonna be lowered, and I didn't want that to be in view when I record videos. But what I wanna do is actually put in some sort of rail system up here. I'm still figuring that out, been doing a little research, do it on my own, figure out, I don't know, the piping and stuff. So that what I wanna do is actually put some of my lighting gear and being able to just kind of run it to different spots in the room. So if I'm shooting video, if I'm doing kind of a, you know, headshots in here, so eventually I want to bring in people to do like professional headshots, I can move lighting pretty much anywhere in the room, most likely just kind of in this direction. But the nice thing about it is that up there, I don't have to plug it in downstairs, or I should say not downstairs, but down to the ground here. And that's gonna actually have a light switch, which is really neat. So I can just flick it on and the LED lights will turn on. So it's pretty excited about that right there. Again, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to put that rail system, how low. I don't want it too low, you know, but just low enough so that I can easily attach items and then move stuff across. All right, that kind of wraps up the little behind the scenes look at the studio. It's coming along great. The rest of the house is looking great as well. I should do another video at some point about that. Pretty pumped about the space. It's going to be painted the same color as the rest of the house, which I don't remember the name. They have so many different names that we picked out. But eventually I'm gonna come back in through here and probably paint some walls. I just like the gray tone that I had in my old house. I may do that again. Again, maybe do some wood over here, some feature, and then maybe a neon light. Looking into those as well. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at the studio. Until next time, check out my other videos, and I'll do another vlog soon. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then share it with others. Thanks again for stopping by. Peace.